Hello. Good evening, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are. You are here with me, live and in the flesh. Goddess Ekua Ahima, founder of the network or the AfroDomme Network Academy magazine and the online learning community. If you are new to my page, new to my channel, new to my live, good evening, hello. As I said in the beginning, my name is Goddess Ekua Ahima, and over the last several years, as a luxury brand coach, consultant, healer, and creative, and most importantly, financial dominatrix, I have not only been able to scale myself to six figures, but help over 4,000 Black women do exactly the same. So, tonight's live, as you can see, based on the title, PayPigs are not real. Three signs that you, as a financial dominatrix, whether you are new to this industry or you are just trying to figure this out for the first time, three signs that, quite honestly, you are getting scammed. And I wanted to come to you guys really, really quickly tonight on live because this is not only a topic that is necessary and needed for those of you who are new to the industry. Hello, if you're just joining us. This is a topic that's necessary and needed, and it needs to kind of, not even kind of, it needs to finally be addressed. Because for me, over the last several years, since starting financial domination in 2017 as a broke college student, I started in 2017. I was 21, and I started because I was looking for sugar daddies. I was looking for men to pay my bills and pay my rent. And I found through He Pays, a old website that I would no longer recommend at all. But I found He Pays through Boolean searches on the internet, just trying to figure things out. At that point, I was looking for sugar daddies who didn't want any sugar, right? You know how that goes. And I was having a conversation. I wound up having a conversation with a gentleman through text. And he said, Goddess, would you mind Skyping? And he had all of these things on his page that said Findom, PayPig, and stuff like that. So I was like, what is this? And we wound up talking on Skype for, I want to say, no more than 10, 15 minutes. And then 15 minutes later, I walked away with $25. And the entire time I was thinking, like, okay, well, obviously, if this guy is trying to be a sugar daddy at that point, because I had no idea, right? If this guy's trying to be a sugar daddy, then, and I know I don't want to have sex, like, let me try to like talk to him and, just kind of drum up conversation. And I remember starting the Skype call with this guy, and he was like, and I was like, hey, how are you? Like, how are you doing? What's your name? And he was like, oh my God, no, Goddess, please, please don't talk to me. Like, I am so not worthy of talking to you. I just want to look at your feet. Can you just position the camera to your feet? You don't even have to speak to me. I just want to look at your feet. And I was like, okay, fuck you. Like, why not? My feet, I just got my feet done and I put my feet in the camera. And then, like I said, 10, 15 minutes later, I was walking away with $25. Now, for those of you who are new to financial domination, that might seem like not a lot of money, but it's better than nothing, right? I didn't have to have sex. I didn't expose my body parts. I wasn't doing things that are out of my moral standards and values, right? And then what that means for you is what that means for you. I'm grown, you're grown. This is a 21 and up older space, so don't like it, fuck off, right? But like, if you're new, if you're just starting out, the idea of being on this phone for someone or on Skype with someone for like 10, 15 minutes, showing your feet, not talking, not doing anything outlandish, and then walking away with $25 is like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because there are some people out here that don't even make $25 an hour. I made that shit in 10, 15 minutes off of my feet. Nothing more, nothing less, right? So then I was like, damn, how do I get into this? How do I, really dive into this? Like he said, he has all of this Findom shit all over his page. What is this about? So I asked him, what is that? And he was like, oh, it's financial domination, Goddess. I think you would be really good at it. And for me, I don't call this man, now that I have as much as if of the experience that I do is now that I've been able to scale myself to six figures the way that I have, I don't consider that interaction that I had with that gentleman a dom sub financial domination session. I don't consider that to be my first client, any of that, because now that I know better, now that I'm in a position of scaling myself to financial freedom, I have apartments paid for, car notes paid for month after month, vacations paid for. I got a vacation coming up that's paid for through financial domination, right? Now that I've reached that level, I've connected with industry veterans. I've connected with Madame Caramel. I've connected with Countess Dionise. I've connected with Goddess Simone. I've connected with Miss Tierra and all of these industry legends and industry greats as Ekua Ahima, as the founder of the AfroDomme Academy. I now know that that was not a true sub. That was not a true client. He more so identified as a pay pig. And for those of you, depending on where you're getting your information, because like I said, even though we're the oldest, even though we're the largest organization for Black femdoms and financial domination and education in this industry, I know that we're not the only ones. There's plenty of other clubs, organizations, sororities doing their thing out there, good and bad, but we're not the only ones teaching this material. We're the only ones teaching it in this way, and we're the only ones who have the highest success rate out of all of our students. But we are not the only ones, right? So if you have a preconceived notion based on information you've got from a different organization, or just you've seen it on TikTok, you've seen it on YouTube, you've seen it on Twitter, whatever, you may be coming in the door with a certain ideology about what financial domination is. And then if you stick around with it long enough, you'll see that that ideology not only is inaccurate, but the longer that you carry it, right? The longer you carry that ideology, the longer you walk around looking for pay pigs and this and that and the third, the longer you're going to be broke, the longer you are going to go without seeing your first $1,000 day, the longer you are going to go without having those kind of clients, those high level, high value, high ticket clients that pay for your car note, that pay for your rent month after month. You don't have to ask, you don't have to beg, you don't have to be on Skype with them all the time, you don't have to text, you don't have to know what they look like, right? This kind of easy money, this passive income that comes with truly mastering the game of financial domination. Because here in the AfroDomme Academy, that's what we teach you. The real deal about financial domination, how to market yourself, how to build your platforms, and how to, most importantly, scale yourself with passive income so you can get the fuck offline. So you don't have to constantly be on Twitter posting content. So you don't have to constantly be talking to subs. And you can spend your time building genuine relationships with your clients, traveling the world, using this money to start other businesses, to improve your credit, to go back to school, to finish your degree, whatever it is that you have at your heart's desire. Using financial domination and the money from other people's pockets, men, for at this point tax free sometimes, gift money, all of this money, and using it to your advantage. This is true financial domination, and this is what you learn with us inside of the AfroDomme Academy. But the point of today's video is to give you a clear distinction between a man who is a genuine financial submissive and a man who is commonly known as a pay pig. Now, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, most people, when it comes to financial domination, walk in the door with this ideology that men who are financially submissive are bitches, they're losers, they're weak, they're pay pigs. You can degrade all of them. All of them want to be treated a certain kind of way. Financial domination is about bullying and humiliating men. That's not fucking true. And if you get into it and you last longer than the first 90 days, you'll see that that's not true. Because more than likely, and I'm saying more than likely because I was someone who did it too. You know, I'm never critiquing or criticizing women for making the kind of mistakes that I talk about on my page and in my classes, because I know that I did those things too. I had wrong information. I came in the game looking at DOMs who were popular at that time and then paying them $5, $6, because that's how much it cost back then. $5, $6 for some advice in the DMs, and they wind up shooting me a list full of basically regurgitated Google fluff that never really helps me scale, especially now that I'm actually at a certain point where even though I'm 6 years in the game, I'm on the same level as my fucking elders. I'm on the same level as my mentors. I'm on the same level of industry veterans who've been doing this shit for 10, 15, 20 years, damn near as just as long as I've been alive. And now they look at me as a peer, a coworker versus a baby dom or someone who's just coming in the industry and has no idea what they're talking about. Right? So, three signs, because I'm cooking dinner right now and it smells really, really good. And I know I can't stay here for long like I like to, but three important signs that the gentlemen, men, subs, whatever you want to call them, that you're entertaining, that are in your DMs, that are on your Skype sessions, that are on your night flirt calls, that are on your OnlyFans page, whatever, and wherever you find them. Three signs that they are not genuine submissives. First and foremost, number one, they identify as a pay pig. There have been men, like I told you in my last videos, and like I will say time and time again, who have paid my car note month after month, and I have never met them before. I've never seen their face. I only know their name and a little bit of information about them. There are men who've paid my car note month after month after month after month, paid my rent month after month after month, paid for me to go on vacations, and they're not with me. They've paid for the vacation and they're at home with their wife. They're at home at work. They're doing whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? True financial domination. There are men out here who do this for me on the consistent basis. And the men who have spent the most money on me out of 6 years in my career as a financial dominatrix, none of those men identify as pay pigs. None. Not one. A vast majority of them don't like to be degraded or humiliated. Some of them may be sissies. Some of them may have smoke fetishes. Some of them may have foot fetishes. Some of them may have like miscellaneous small little quirks that we enjoy together. Because now that I'm exploring myself as a professional dominatrix, there are numerous amounts of fetishes and kinks and interests that I have that I didn't have coming in the door. Right, my experience or knowledge in BDSM when I walked in 2017 was extremely limited. Extremely, like I had only saw 50 shades of gray kind of limited. And because I took the time to invest in my education, to reach out to veterans, to get the mentoring and coaching and professional business um, education that I needed, I was able to learn the game a lot faster, manipulate it, and take off very, very quickly. But none of those men identify as paychecks. None of those men identify as losers, bitches. They don't really want to be called that. They may, like putting on women's underwear or panties or talking about how beautiful my feet are, or talking about some more taboo things that I can't talk about on YouTube. But this ideology that when you come in, financial domination is you're a loser. Fuck you, pay me, pig pig. Put your money in my fucking hand now because you're a wimp and you're gonna be nothing. Not every client is gonna resonate with that. In fact, only a small amount of men resonate with that. You have to understand that there's a difference between financial domination and then having humiliation or degradation as a fetish. The two are not the same. They intersect, but they are not the same. There's a point where financial domination and humiliation intersect, right? Maybe. But more than likely, most of the time, they are parallel. They are not the same, right? And for those of you who are coming in who tweet nothing but hashtag paypig, talking about I'm looking for paypigs, I'm looking for paypigs, I'm looking for paypigs. My biggest piece of advice to you is take that shit out of your fucking vocabulary. Take that shit off of your bio. Take the minimum tributes off of your bio. Take paypig off of your bio, out of your language, out of your vocab. Take that fucking verification video and throw that bitch in the trash. right? And stop doing this cookie cutter ass shit that there are other people. Because I've been in this industry for a long time. The AfroDomme Network is the first organization to be doing what it is that we're doing and at the scale that we're doing. So I have seen other women come into this industry, other organizations, other clubs, other sororities come into this industry and start doing what I'm doing. So I know what kind of information that those people are putting out, and it's not accurate. In fact, it's harmful. And not only has it oversaturated our community, but it's given so many women who could be so much more successful and have this creative vibe. Like, I'm looking at all of these girls who are coming into the scene and they have such beautiful artwork and such creative marketing strategies and techniques, but they're killing them fucking selves. They're killing themselves walking around talking about fuck you, pay me, you're a loser, you're a bitch, give me money, pay pig. You're never going to see the success that you think you're going to have. And it's not because you're doing it the wrong way. It's not because you're black. It's not because you're fat. It's not because of this and that, that everybody's trying to make it seem like it is. It's because you don't know any better. And someone else has given you extremely wrong information. Or you just haven't taken the time to invest to figure out what is actual truth. What is the right kind of information? How should you approach this as a professional Dom? What does it mean to be a professional Dom versus someone who just joins fucking Twitter, creates an account, and starts using hashtag FinDom, right? So you got to know. Think about it from this perspective. There are some people who come in this as sugar babies. I myself identify as a dominant sugar baby and dominant travel companion. There are some people who know the difference between, as a joke, a sugar daddy, a Splenda daddy, and a salt daddy. Think of financial domination as this: a pay pig is the FinDom equivalent of a salt daddy. He may give you some money, $25. He may pay for your McDonald's reimbursements. He may buy your Hulu subscription and all of the small, like like chump change bullshit things that new Doms ask for. Reimburse my Starbucks, reimburse my McDonald's. Oh my God. I just went to the gas station. I just went to the dispensary. Reimburse my $35 eighth. Assault daddy is good for doing that, right? Assault daddy is someone who gives you money when he feels like it, uses his money to control you, and then when he withdraws it, he's gone. Think of a pay pig as a salt daddy. And once you think of it from that perspective, do you really want those men in your life? The men who only do the bare minimum, right? You're a new Dom. Someone told you to put a minimum tribute of $40 in your bio, and now you're only attracting men who give you $40. Yeah, he might have given you $40 three times, but girl, $40. You know what I'm saying? So think about it from that perspective versus someone who's a Splenda daddy, right? A Splenda daddy is, in the sugar baby sense, someone who doesn't mind paying your phone bill, right? They're not a $25 reimbursement sub, but they don't mind paying your phone bill. They don't mind sending you $125 to get your nails done. But they are on a budget. They want to chump change you too. And it might not be $20, it might not be $15 tributes, but they cap you off at what they're willing to spend on you. They come in the door with this, oh, I can only give you $300 a month. I can only give you X amount of month. And 9 times out of 10, it's something under $500 a month. Now, if you're a new Dom and rent's due, bills are due, then that might be like, all right, cool. I'll start there and work my way up. But if you allow yourself to sit at that comfort level and accept that kind of treatment from those men, once again, that's where you'll stay. You'll never reach the point where you're making $15,000 a month like our students are doing. Don't believe me? Go ask around. One of my favorite students, star students, is Queen Adora. I will shout her out for the rest of my life. Queen Adora. Now, I'm not going to say too much of her personal business because I don't want people pocket watching her because that's not, you know, but use her as an example. If you know who Queen Adora is, I think her Twitter still pay Queen Adora. Check her out. She's the student of the AfroDomme Academy. In fact, she was one of our day one students from 2019. She started with us day one and went from 0 followers on Twitter, not knowing how to navigate the online scene, to now, years later, making $10,000, $15,000 a month easily. Product of the AfroDomme Academy. This is why I say often duplicated or often imitated, but results never duplicated. Often imitated, but results never duplicated. There are plenty of organizations and clubs and sororities and this and that on FetLife, on Twitter, on TikTok, doing what we're doing. We're not the only people teaching FinDom classes, nor do I want to be the only person doing this because we need more representation in this industry. Absolutely. But our blueprint is proven to work. A lot of other people can't say the same. So, again, are you leaving money on the table? Are you comfortable with those Splenda Daddy level subs? Right? I'm equating subs who do the bare minimum, subs who can only give you $200-$300. I'm equating them to Splenda Daddies. Splenda ain't sugar. That shit fake. Which means what? This sub or this guy is more than likely not really a submissive man or a genuine submissive, someone who's in financial domination because they genuinely enjoy it. They are a provider at nature, at their instinctive nature as a man, and they enjoy courting a woman. They enjoy providing for a woman. They enjoy the rush and excitement that they get from seeing a woman's smile on her face after they help her out, with the bill or taking her on vacation or paying for something. Now, this man who can only give you $200, $300, $400 a month, he may be, or he may have the potential to be a high paying sub one day, but you have to look at his mentality. Is he someone that only says something or he can only send money if you pull it out of him? Right? In my earlier days, I had subs or clients who would give me money, substantial money. They would give me $300 a week, or what back then what I thought was substantial, I should say. $300 a week, $400 a month, $500, $600, $1,000 a month. But then they would ghost for the rest of the month, right? The first of the month, they would send $1,000, and the rest of the month, I would never see them or hear from them again. I'm sending Cash App requests, they're not responding, and they don't come back till the first of the month. But usually, when being self reflective and being transparent, back then, those were the kind of subs where, in order for me to even get the money, I had to do the most to get it from them. Send me this money. I demand that you do it. I deserve it. I had to put on this show, so to speak. I had to stomp my feet and raise my voice for them to give me this money. There was always a catch. They want to give it to you, or they're dangling it in your face, like the carrot in the horse's face. They dangle the money in your face, so to speak, but then they top you from the bottom. Oh, goddess, please don't make me send. Oh my God, it would be so humiliating if you took a screenshot of me dressing up like a woman and put it on Twitter to make me send, right? They're topping from the bottom. They're manipulating the circumstances by pretending to be submissive and trying to use reverse psychology on you to get you to do what they want, and then they give you money. Those are commonly in this industry commonly called fetishists or hobbyists, if you are familiar with escort terminology. Fetishists or hobbyists like to play the role of a submissive because it gets them off. They know that you are a dom. They love the fact that you have a certain level of confidence and masculine energy as a dom, but you're still soft and feminine. And more than likely, you're new, so that they know, okay, I'm not really a genuine submissive, but if I say the right words and I have a certain amount of money, and I know that this dom is new, because I'm specifically, as a hobbyist and a fetishist, I'm specifically targeting women who are new. If I play the role, if I say the right things, and send her a little bit of money more than what I can see on her timeline that she's probably getting, because as a fetishist or hobbyist, I'm going to new doms, right? Understanding the psychology of a man. Roll with me for a second. If I'm a fetishist or a hobbyist or a Splenda daddy in financial domination, I'm going to look for the girls who are on their timelines posting $15 or $20 tributes. They don't look like they've had $1,000 tribute before. They post nothing but McDonald's reimbursements and small things. So I'm going to impress her by saying, Goddess, I can give you $300. Because they know by studying your page that you're new, you don't make a lot of money in Findom, and you're naive because you're walking around using hashtag PayPig and you got verification videos and shit all in your fucking bio, looking like a new dummy, the new dummy on the block. What they say is, Goddess, I would love to worship you, but I'm on a budget, or I've been scammed before, or I was with this Dom and blah, 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 whatever other sob story they got to give you. And then they send you $200-$300, and you, as a new Dom who's never made that kind of money before, start jumping through hoops, doing the most, and falling for the bait. Now they have you. They're topping you from the bottom. They're controlling the situation. And although they play the role of a submissive, they are actually controlling your dynamic in your relationship, not you. And because you're new and uneducated and just trying to figure it out on your own, you haven't invested in coaching, you don't know the game, or you're getting information that's inaccurate from elsewhere, just trying to piece together free videos and free this and free that. You haven't spoke to someone who's really qualified and credible as a coach in this industry. You're just piecing things together and trying to figure it out. You don't know any fucking better. So guess what? You eating it up. And as I've said in those other videos and other videos on my pages, those are the same subs that send you $300 and send me 1,000 same day. Why? Because I know the game and I know what to avoid and who to avoid. So those, that middle category with hobbyists and fetishists who play that role and only give you $200-$300, once you get to that point, trust and believe it's much better than having $10, $15, $20 tributes. Rock out with your cock out. But if you stay at that level, you'll never reach six figures either. Because again, those men are not genuine submissives. They're fetishists, they're hobbyists, they're taking advantage of the fact that you're new. They're taking advantage of the fact that you don't know any better. They're taking advantage of the fact that you don't make a lot of money, and you brag about the fact that you don't make a lot of money. And you don't think that you're bragging about the fact that you don't make a lot of money, but you are. Because as a Dom, this is a rich man's fetish. So if this is a rich man's fetish, why the fuck are you bragging about a $25 tribute? Why the fuck are you on your timeline giddy? Tee hee hee, oh my God, over a $15 reimbursement? What the fuck you supposed to do with $15 in this economy? Can you pay your rent with $15? No. Can you pay a car note with $15? No. Can you fix your credit with $15? Can you contact a credit lawyer and have them work with you to get your shit together with $15? No. You can't even survive off of $15 an hour these days at a fucking job. You feel me? But if you're so naive and new to the game that you don't see it that way, that's how you get taken advantage of. Pay pigs don't exist. No rich motherfucker who's walking around with bank. I'm talking people who work for the federal government, people in the oil industry, people in the tech industry, my kind of subs with federal government security clearances who know to shut the fuck up and send me my money so that they don't get caught up and lose their security clearances. People with money don't identify with as a pay pig. A man of value doesn't identify as a pay pig. He might like to be called a bitch every now and then, but that degrady loser, fuck you, pay me type shit, he doesn't align with that. Nine times out of 10, he wants, I got this fucking hair. There we go. God damn. He wants someone that he can walk around with on his arm at an art museum and look good. He wants to go to galas and show you off. He wants to travel, and take you across the country. All of that baby dumb shit that girls do, he's not aligning with that. And this is why most older ones and richer ones typically go to veterans. They don't go to new doms because it's just not clicking. It's just not it. It's just not it. It's just not it. So, tip number two. Number one, like I said, can't stay for long because I can smell the food and it just smells so fucking good. I rarely ever cook. I usually have a sub that comes and washes the dishes for me and cleans the house, the bathroom, and stuff like that. But not this week. I'll cook, whatever, right? Domestic chores and stuff like that are usually a man's job, but I'll do it, whatever. Number one, if he identifies as a pay pig, more than likely he is not a genuine financially submissive man. Number two, if he has some type of strenuous budget, and you got to pay attention to the and, because there are some subs who are old as fuck, who have pensions and social security and investments and stuff like that. And they use that money to, tribute you and stuff like that. And there are older women, or not women, older gentlemen who also, at an entrepreneurial level, only can move their money around in a certain amount of time in the month. Wealthy men just don't go to the bank and cash out $100,000 on a Tuesday. They are very strategic about how they spend their money and when, because a lot of wealthy people have most of their money in the stock market and investments. So just pulling your money randomly, is not good for maintaining the life and the value of those assets. So they're not just going to pull $100,000 out on a Tuesday just because. Fuck it. No, but they may be able to hit you off on the 1st and the 15th while they're generally speaking moving their own money around as well. So this is not to say that someone who has a budget is not a genuine sub or fin sub. But if they are on a budget, and this is where it intersects, and they are very strict about what they are willing to send. They're not flexible with sending. If you were to hit them up and say that you have some type of emergency, they're not able to come through for you. Um, or if they are topping you from the bottom. They're very manipulative on when they're going to send the money and when they're not. If you don't respond to their messages, they're not sending money. If you don't hop on a Skype session, they're not going to send you money. They like to dangle whatever the tribute is technically in your face. And they may do it in a passive aggressive way, but it is topping from the bottom. They are not a genuine submissive. They are manipulating the shit out of you because they think you are dumb and that you don't know any better and that you are so broke or desperate that you're going to do whatever they say in order to get their change. Right? That's number two. Number three, and most importantly, if you have a genuine conversation with this sub and you are talking about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your values, business investments that you want to do or start. If you mention, for example, hey, I'll go with Michael because one of my subs who is old as fuck is a community slut. And more than likely, you have received, as if you're watching this, you've received a tribute from Michael S. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've received a tribute from Michael S. plenty of times. And if you haven't, you will, because he's a community whore. Somebody said, hey, goddess, thanks for joining. So if you are talking to Michael S. and you say, hey, like, I've really been trying to grow my business and, just invest more time back into myself as a pro dom. I really want to build a career and a lifestyle out of this. And I came across Goddess Akua's coaching class and I came across the AfroDomme Network, and this class costs this amount of dollars at this time. Because right now, for those of you who are just joining us, our live boot camp class, the 7-day business boot camp for how to legitimately and safely get started in financial domination. Right now, the class, the 7-day class, is $75, and that is the discounted price. And that price is actually about to increase because the coupon is about to expire. But let's say, for example, you are talking to this sub, Michael S., and you say, I've really been trying to get into this and really dig deep into financial domination. I want to build a career off of this. I'm really serious about this, and it costs this amount of dollars. If that sub does not say, here, goddess, sent goddess, how much do you need, goddess? Right? If you express with genuine authenticity a goal, an aspiration, something that you want to do, and I'm not talking about, oh, you're on Twitter making up fake scenarios to get your rent paid. You have some fake crisis on GoFundMe, and you're trying to siphon money out of people, because people can tell when you're trying to be a charity case, right? um if you are sharing a genuine passion, right, when you talk about something that you're passionate about, you're very excited, especially women, you're excited about it. You can see it in your eyes, you can see it in the octave in your voice. And this sub does not, as a man, like, whether he's financially submissive, he fucks with whatever the fuck he tells himself after he's not on Twitter with you, right? He doesn't come out of his pockets. You don't trigger that instant innate desire for him to be a provider, for him to get it for you, for him to do it, for him to take action. And he says, here, goddess, here's the money. Or, okay, here's half of it, goddess. I can reimburse the other half for you, or I can do this on Friday, or this XY. He doesn't find a way to make it happen for you. That's not a fucking sub. And if it is, it's not one that is for you. Because there's a difference between community subs, sluts, motherfuckers that you use and pass to your homegirl, and subs that are your personal clients. Recently came across your videos and I'm loving them. It's been so helpful. Thank you for being you. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Make sure that you like this video. If you do like it, make sure that you like the video and put this on your timeline for someone who needs it. Because, hello, I'm trying to get the girlies paid. And I'm tired of seeing the girlies struggling, especially the black girlies. That's okay. I'm tired of seeing the black girlies fucking struggling out here. So if you say something that you're passionate about, you're speaking to him about it, he's seen you tweet about it, you're putting it on your wish list, and there's no part of him that jumps into action, leave that motherfucker alone. Leave his ass alone. He is not the right one for you. Or he's a community sub that can only do XYZ, and after you get XYZ, you need to pass him to somebody else. Now that I've mentioned community subs, let's talk about the difference between those. Because there are a lot of girls, trust and believe, I'm speaking from experience, baby. It's a lot of girls who don't like me. Ooh, it's a lot of bitches that don't like me. And more than likely, they don't like me because I've triggered them. Talking about self-worth, saying, why is your OnlyFans $5 and you're showing your coochie? Why are you showing your coochie on OnlyFans for $5? Or I've said, why do you have a minimum of $45 in your bio? Or they don't like me because I've said, you're not going to make a lot of money in financial domination because every time you take pictures on the internet, your room is dirty as fuck and you look like you have roaches. Right? And this is not me saying it to be a mean girl. Those of you who don't know, I'm a professionally trained photographer and filmmaker. I came into financial domination and wanted to invest so heavily in my success that I found and pursued a professional photography internship so that I know on a real deal professional level how to take photos, how to do lighting, how to edit films, film festival level quality films, just for me to do findom porn, just for me to do foot fetish clips, right? Because I'm a perfectionist. So when I say something, I mean it. And I'm not saying it to be a mean girl. I'm not saying it to be a bitch. I'm not saying it to be a cunt. I'm saying it because you need to hear it. And it's true. And it's coming from someone who's professionally trained and trying to put you on the fucking game so that you can be better and we can all rise and raise the value of what financial domination is. There's no fucking reason that $1,000 day for you as a black dom is an impossible feat. You shouldn't feel like a motherfucker giving you $1,000 in a day is impossible because it's not. You are worthy of it. You deserve it. But if you every time you take fucking pictures, your background is dirty as shit, your room got clothes all on the fucking floor and Taco Bell cups, you look like you belong on an episode of fucking Hoarders. You're not gonna get who the fuck wanna give your dirty ass some money? Nobody. What? Come on now. Or if I say, you don't have good financial management skills because you don't understand that financial domination is a business and that you need to put money on the side. You need to save your money. Yeah, you can get $1,000 in a day, but if you don't know money management and budgeting, you made $10,000 this month, but then next month you on GoFundMe and about to get evicted. You look fucking dumb. Bitch, am I wrong? No, this is a business. You need to know how to budget. You need to be putting money aside for taxes. You need to be putting money aside for emergencies. There's no fucking reason why men are coming out of their pockets and spending money on you, and then you won't go fund me the next month begging, talking about you about to get evicted. You got to think about it. Men spend money when they know it's going to be worthy or worth it. Even if this man is a financial submissive, you know how stingy motherfuckers is? You know how stingy men are? He's not gonna give you his hard-earned money if he knows you look like you about to go blow it on fucking Taco Bell and be sitting in a pigsty filth. You're gonna go blow it on whatever and sniff the bitch up your nose. And then the next month, when he doesn't have any money to give you because he's a CEO, he's this, he's that, he has to put his own shit together. He just gave you $10,000 for a business investment and you blew through the whole shit on clothes and partying. I'm not giving you no money, no ever fucking again, bitch. I don't give a fuck how financially submissive you thought I was. Men are not dumb. They're not going to spend their money on something that they know is not going to give them a return on their investment. And for a lot of financially submissive men, the return on their investment looks like watching you take their money and go build a business with it, build an empire with it, go back to school, get an education, do something of substantial value with their money. You give that if this motherfucker give you $1,000 today and then you on Twitter popping bottles, I guarantee that motherfucker won't be back. No time soon. Because you financially irresponsible. You playing around with his money. At the end of the day, he could have kept his $1,000 in his pocket and did something else with that shit. Or gave it to me. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you know better, you do better. But it's a lot of girls who don't like me because I speak the truth. And I speak it in a way that's not sugarcoating. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but at the end of the day, if the shoe fits, lace that bitch up. Put it on. Rock it. Okay? Or be self-reflective enough to know that I'm not dissing you. I'm trying to make you better. I'm trying to give you the tips and the knowledge and the game that I did not fucking have. I've been in this industry for 6 years. It took me 6 years to hit six figures. My students are coming in working under me and in 1 year hitting numbers that took me 6 years to get to. So if I know that along the way of making all of my mistakes, that I'm showing other people who are willing to hear it, who are willing to understand the constructive criticism and take it back and make something out of it. And they can take that information and then 12 months later turn that into $1,000 a month. You need to listen. I'm not saying nothing to hurt your feelings, but you need to listen. So it's like, damn, y'all. That chicken smells so good. I'm getting distracted. I'll be cooking my little ass off, okay? I'm kind of hungry. I done lost track of what the fuck I was talking about smelling that food. Damn, that shit smell good. It'll come back to me. Give me a minute. I got the chicken thighs in there, little cumin on there, little herbs, rosemary, basil. Okay, little diced potatoes, cherry tomatoes, little onion. And it's just in there marinating and stewing on 375 with a little bit of butter on the skin so this is gonna be nice and crispy. Oh, it smells so good. I bet it looks so pretty in there too. I'm gonna go look at it. I'm gonna go look at it. Mm. I done lost the point because now I'm hungry as hell. I got to go. I'm about to go. It sounds good, don't it? Exactly. I'm about to go eat. Okay, I'm hungry, child. Now I've been here for at least 15 minutes longer than I thought I was originally going to be here. But the point that I'm trying to make to y'all today in this video is that pay pigs do not exist. There's a difference between someone who's a financially submissive man who is willing to make those investments into you, who's willing to grow your empire, who's willing to grow your business, your brand, who wants to see you win, who wants to see you succeed, and he is willing to come out of his pockets. There's a difference between that kind of man and the man who just wants the nut and he's playing the role of a sub. He knows that you don't know any better. He knows that you don't make a certain amount of money or you don't talk about making a certain amount of money. He knows that you only post cheap, small tributes. So he's going to do above that because he's thinking that he's impressing you, right? He's giving you more money than you've made before, but he's dangling it in your face and low key, once you know better, manipulating the fuck out of your ass. Men are not dumb. When you know this game, you can play this game the right fucking way. Okay? Now I gotta go, y'all, because I'm hungry as a bitch. And this just I gotta go check on this chicken. It's just smelling way too fucking good. If you would like to get into our live classes, like I said before, our 7-day business boot camp is $75 at the time of this recording of this video. It is Tuesday, September 5th at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys have a limited amount of time left to join us at this price point. A limited amount of time. The price will continue to go up. It always does. It always does, baby. It always does. And if $75 is too much for you to learn this game and start making $10,000, $15,000 with legitimate information, using financial domination to build quite literally your financial freedom, your generational wealth, wealth that not only impacts you, but when done correctly, will impact the rest of your livelihood, your kids and your kids' kids. Because there's nothing stopping you from putting out this kind of content, putting out your clips, putting out the fact that you're a dom and making passive income so that 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, you're still making money off of being a financial dominatrix. That one summer you was a financial dominatrix, but you still got shit working for you in the background, right? So now you can eat off of this. Now this is paying your rent and you're not even online anymore. If $75 is too much for you to invest in yourself now, think about it in two ways. One, you should have caught it when it was $25. And two, the reason why $75 is too much is because you got subs that's giving you $15. My classes, my coaching, and this is not to brag or talk shit. My classes, my coaching, my mentoring works. And the reason that it's the price point that it is because it works. And if it's too much for you, you can't afford it at this time as a Dom. Think about it, self-reflective. This may trigger you. Can you not afford it because you don't see the value in it? Or can you not afford it because you have a minimum tribute of $25 in your bio? Or because you have those Salt Daddy subs that only give you $10 McDonald's reimbursements. Let's keep it a buck. Okay. I was in your shoes. This is not me talking shit. I started off as survival sex work. Survival, meaning I need this money or my lights is off. I need this money or I don't have food in my refrigerator. To 6 figures. I'm not saying to shade you, but can you not afford it because you don't see the value in it or because you are leaving money on the table? and you are lacking the skills that you need to start making more money. If that's the case, I'm gonna need you to scrape up all your bare minimum subs and get that $75 while it's on sale, because yes, 75 is the sale price, and I need you to come talk to me as soon as possible, love. Mwah. All right. Text me Instadom to 443-543-6946, and I will see you there. Okay. For those of you who are already inside our private community, I love you. I will talk to you tonight on the server, but I'm gonna go get this chicken because Lord have mercy, it smells so fucking good. Ah, this chicken. All right, y'all. Mwah. Bye.